Okay, guys, I'm not going to be on camera because I just got off work and I look a hot mess, so you're just going to see my hands. Now, I'm going to show you how I make my Pico. So, this is how I make my Pico. Everyone makes theirs different, a certain way. This is how I make mine. I'm also going to be drinking some Jack Daniels. I'm going to just pour it in a glass. Okay. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop my onion. I always cut my onion in half. I already, uh-oh, I already cleaned it, washed it, and everything. Again, don't talk about my knife. This is my favorite knife. So you just do this. Flip. If you hear that noise, my puppy or Babe's puppy that we're going to be getting rid of is in the washroom. So you might hear him every now and then. Yeah, I don't want any more dogs. I already have 2. And I'm just going back in there to make sure that the onion pieces aren't too big. I'm just rough chopping them. And I do have blenders where I can put this in a blender. But to me, the blender versus you chopping them yourself for Pico, the blender chops it too fine for me. And I want to see what I'm biting into versus trying to guess. So I'm just going to take my little bowl and rake the onions in there. And that's one side that's already done. And what I do to one, I'm going to do to the other. Okay. And into the bowl it goes. Next, I'm going to be chopping up my tomatoes. I always cut the tip off and the bottom. And then I cut it in half. And for my tomato, kind of go like this. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to all be chopped up. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I just kind of cut them. And then I'm also going to give it a rough chop. And then for my nachos, my youngest, he doesn't like tomatoes because he don't know yet. I tried to give it to him. He'll eventually, I mean, he may grow up not to like tomatoes. Don't know, but if they're in the hamburger meat, he will not eat it. So I have to cook my hamburger meat without the rotel that I normally put in there. So that's one tomato. We're going to chop up one more. Again, I cut the tips of it off. Now you can also chop the tomato like this if you want. It just depends on how you want to chop it. It doesn't matter to me. I chop it. It's going to get you 8. So, yeah. And why am I using this small bowl? I don't know. I have the slightest idea. But we're going to get it in now. Now for my garlic that you see here, I just kind of grate it in there. Just kind of. Grate it until it's grated down. This one is kind of broke. I must have split it when I was taking the skin off. Okay. And that is that. Okay, so my board is all nice and clean now. I'm going to be I'm going to be chopping up my serrano peppers. I always cut that part off, the stem part. And this is what had me choking last time. I mean, it really had me. Because when you run serrano peppers underwater, the seeds, oh my goodness. So I normally go like this and go like this. And I don't use gloves. I know some people use gloves because they don't want to actually touch it. But I'm used to eating spicy food. I always cook or eat serrano peppers. So And most people in their pico use jalapenos. Um, but I like serrano peppers because they are hotter than your typical pepper. See the seeds popping, everyone? And I only rinse out the seeds if the seeds are bad. Now, sometimes you open up a pepper and the seeds might be brown. That's when I, like this, is when I normally wash them out. Well, this last time it had me almost dying, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just kind of rake them out. The last time I tried to run them under water, thought I was going to die. And I should have known better. But I did it. And it got me. And I'm using probably about maybe 5 serrano peppers, I'm going to say. Again, I cut it in 4s. 1, 2, equal 4 little slices. And then I cut them like this. And of course, it wouldn't be a video if you didn't hear my youngest. He's on Fortnite in my room, but you can still hear him. Because those kids be serious about those games. Oh, when you kill them on there, they act like they die in real life. He's like, you killed me. These kids, boy. When he first started playing it, I'm like, who killed you? What happened? Now I'm used to it. I'm like, ugh. Now I'm going to give it a rough chop. And then after I give it a rough chop with this, I have to wash my hands. So now I'm going to take the, there go those peppers. Woo! I'm going to take this and rake it in here. And smooth them out. And I know when I wash my hands, it's going to get me too. Rinse my board off. It's just to get me. What I tell you. Man. Need a drink. Okay, if you hear that noise, I am adding some more dishwater. The last thing I'm going to do is roughly chop the rest of this cilantro I have, because I already made one. I'm not going to do the stems or anything. I might have a little stems in there, but it's going to be minimum. So I'm gonna chop that much, throw this away, Then I'm gonna rough chop it. Take it and add it on top. And y'all, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a bigger size bowl without knocking stuff down. Just to mix it in, and then I'm gonna add it back to this. Uh-oh. So, take it and dump it in here. Take the rest of my cilantro, dump it in there, because when I mix it up, it's gonna shrink. I think I made more than I did last time, so that's why it didn't fit perfectly like it did last time. I'm gonna rinse off my cutting board. And the last thing I do, these are the ingredients that I use, seasonings, whatever you want to call it. I use a little accent just to wake up the flavors. I know I bought some onion powder. I just don't know where it is. Okay, I guess I don't have any more. That is so weird. Okay. Now, normally I would put onion powder in there, but I don't have any onion powder. So I'm going to be using the pink salt. Use a nice good amount. You don't want it salty, but you do want to make sure everything is flavorful. Okay. And then I'm going to be using lots and lots and lots of black pepper. I think the fresh ground black pepper is what makes it to me. Versus you using regular pepper. And like I said, we're going to use a lot of black pepper. Okay. All right. And I don't have any garlic powder. So the last thing that I'm going to be using is 2 limes. I like to roll my limes to get the juice to flowing. And you squeeze all that lime juice in there. I have a squeezer. I don't feel like getting it. And my hands work just fine. Now this one I have to put some muscle into it. Whew. That's my workout. Get a spoon so I can mix it. Fresh garlic, tomatoes, onions, cilantro, serrano peppers, and you can also put mango in there, pineapples, if you want something cool and refreshing. And there you have it. Nice pico. Okay, so I'm going to take it and put it in my container now. Make sure I rate all those flavors. Every last drop, juice, everything. Told you. It goes down once you put everything in. And there you go. Close it up tight. And there's your pico. Now I'm going to put this in the fridge and we're going to get nachos done. I'm not going to record me making nachos. I mean, it's easy. So I'm just going to hurry up and get this done. And I'll be back to show you final results. Okay, so I made me some tostadas. I got hamburger meat and melted cheese. I'm going to add my toppings and I'll show you how that looks. Okay, guys, so this is the finished results. I have my tostadas. I like to put a lot of lettuce. I love lettuce. And when you pick it up, it makes it look more, I don't know the word, so I'm going to use my hands. But this is the finished results. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to share. Feel free to comment. And most of all, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.